alarm! Hello? Hello? Is my mic on? Let me just wait for the chat to catch up here. Let's see. I mean, I saw it said his mic ain't on. That would suck if I just did this whole newscast and my mic was muted the whole time. Um, wow, they can't hear anything. Wow, hold on. Let me. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so you guys can't hear me. All right, that's good. I was getting a little bit worried because I was like, I haven't changed any settings. I haven't done anything rash. So I hope they hear me. Otherwise, this is going to be a shitty newscast to come back to. So, all right. So, okay, everyone says they can hear me. Cool. All right, cool. So, anyways, like I was just saying, I was just kind of, telling everybody, thank you for getting us to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. It's been a hard journey for these past 10 years, over 10 years, but it's been a fun one. Um, and hopefully we can get 1,000 more in the near future. But with that being said, we are going to go over the ACW Victory card, which is going to be live on YouTube on the Mega Events channel next Friday night, June 29th. Um, a lot of things developed on Impulse number 88 on Monday. So let's just go down the card. Before we do that, though, we will be having ACW Direct. Um, we will be having ACW Direct. I believe we're going to have it around Wednesday next week. So probably next Wednesday is when you're gonna get ACW Direct. The match was made official on Impulse 88. It will be the Knights of Zodiac, Say and Nikki, of course, taking on a new team arriving on the scene for the Impulse Tag Team Division. It's going to be their names Rock and Hugo of Nambaka fame, for those that are aware of that show, along with Warden Hajime supervising them, if you will. Cell number 13, those guys will be in tag team action on Direct next Wednesday against the Knights of the Zodiac. So there's that. Um, also, we will have a exclusive backstage interview with Zuko, the man that won the gauntlet at Impulse number 87 a couple months back. He's the official number one contender, except Kankura, I guess. But he is ideally the number one contender for the Impulse title, so he'll speak as well. So there's that as well. All right, with that out of the way, let's finally get to the ACW Victory card. Let's first talk about this match that was made on Impulse 88. Yugi Muto had a backstage segment with James Gibson and pretty much announced for um, he announced basically for Dark Magician that Dark Magician is issuing an open challenge where the Intercontinental title will be defended every open challenge. So that will be starting at ACW Victory, meaning that, basically any talent inside ACW or even talent that are outside of ACW are eligible to participate in this open challenge. Dark Magician's goal here is to be considered the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, which is going to be a very, very hard goal to accomplish, in my opinion. You've got the likes of Rock Lee and Sasuke Uchiha and Mugen, those guys holding that Intercontinental title, the lineage that it built upon that. So it's going to be a tough thing for Dark Magician um, to really prove. But the guy was undefeated for a long while. He would have been a world champion last season had it not been for certain shenanigans with a certain group. But with all that being said, we'll see who accepts Dark Magician's challenge coming up at Victory. Also, we're going to talk about what also was made at Impulse number 88. It will be Naruto Uzumaki, the 7th Hokage. He will go one-on-one against the Sand Demon Gaara in a hardcore match. This has been a lot of things that have been boiling for some time this season. It was at ACW Fusion that Naruto went one-on-one against Kankuro for Kankuro's Impulse Road to Destiny briefcase. Naruto almost had it. Gaara interfered. Kankuro retained the briefcase, and now it's been Kankuro's mission to make Naruto's life a living hell, which he has somewhat accomplished. But Naruto's now taken to task after the fact that the gauntlet, Gaara once again cost Naruto another opportunity at the Impulse title by costing him the gauntlet match in the first round at that. So Naruto basically stated on Impulse 88, look, I want to be Impulse Champion. I want to be Impulse Champion again. But I can't do that with the likes of Gaara and Kankuro coming after me and derailing me every single time. So I need to take care of Gaara first off because he's the main focus so far. So it'll be a hardcore match. Naruto's goal is to decimate and beat some sense into Gaara. We all know that Gaara is manipulated and controlled by his demented, sick, and twisted brother Kankuro. And after Naruto says he takes care of Gaara, he's going to go right after Kankuro once again to finally get rid of that whole Dark Cloud once and for all. But Gaara and Kankuro, they are conniving, they are methodical, they are very steep in what they do, and Kankuro will not rest until he sees Naruto Uzumaki decimated right in front of him. So we will see at Victory next Friday night if Naruto can take the task at hand and challenge it head forward, or will Gaara and Kankuro finally put the final nail on the 7th Hokage's coffin? So there you go with that match coming up at Victory. Let's also talk about the matches that have already been announced for Victory months ago. It will be for the Impulse Tag Team titles. It will be Shoryuken, Ken and Ryu defending the Tag Team titles against Raycon and Rai Chow of the White Tigers. Now, at Fusion, although Shoryuken retained the titles, in my opinion and a lot of people's opinions, the White Tigers gave them one hell of a match. They gave them one hell of a challenge to overcome. And with that being said, the White Tigers, knowing that they were so close to becoming two-time Impulse Tag Team Champions, they felt the hunger, they felt the thirst, they felt the need to get close to that title yet again. So there you have it. So the White Tigers, for weeks on Impulse, have been trying to get under the skin of Shoryuken, and it worked. At Impulse 88, no matter how you slice it, Rai Chow was able to beat Ryu by countout by using the Gatling Claw. And now there's a lot of doubt going in with Shoryuken, because let me tell you something. The White Tigers want those tag team titles again. Don't get it twisted. They want those tag team titles again. But the legendary duo, if there's one duo that I'll put my money on in terms of being the best tag team duo of all time, it's Ken and Ryu. So with that being said, at ACW Victory, can Ryu and Ken go 2 for 2 here? Or will the White Tigers, and a lot of you might count them out, but don't. They are a formidable and cohesive tag team. Can the White Tigers make history for themselves twice and become Impulse Tag Team Champions? We will find out next Friday night, because the tag team division with Cell 13 now being added, with the Knights of the Zodiac waiting in the wings, and a lot of other shenanigans going about. Kankuro and Gaara are a makeshift team in their own right. A lot of chess pieces are moving a little bit, but I'll leave it at that. Also, for the Cruiserweight title, it will be Roy defending that title against Takuya Kambara. A very exciting matchup, a very anticipated matchup as well. Ever since coming into Impulse, Roy claimed that he would be the gold standard of the Cruiserweight division, and with a matter of a month after that statement, he defeats Goten at ACW Fusion to become the new Cruiserweight champion, and he has defended that title ever since with some honor and class. However, Takuya comes in after the ACW draft from Excel to Impulse, wins the number one contenders match, a battle royal if you will, after Fusion, and has now named himself, rightfully so, the number one contender for that title. Now, the likes of Goten are not happy that he really hasn't been able to get another chance at that title. You can see him acting up with the likes of him slapping his own father, General Manager Goku. You got the likes of, Aaron Yeager and Davis and Dennis and Shulk. They're all waiting in the wings as well, Ness Lucas. But Takuya's the one that won that Battle Royal, so he will go and fight his biggest challenge to date. A lot of people have said that Takuya is one of those people in ACW that can be the future of the company, but there's always something missing with him. Can he prove the naysayers wrong here, or does Roy show once again why he was able to beat the Cruiserweight champion Goten at the time in such quick fashion? This, in my opinion, is going to be a very interesting matchup. It's going to be a matchup that I feel is going to be a sleeper. And honestly, the Cruiserweight division has been its hottest it's ever been. The depth of talent, the match quality, and everything in between. So if you're a fan of Cruiserweights, and you're not liking certain Cruiserweight action at a certain company, this is it. This is where you want to be. This is the Cruiserweight division here on ACW Impulse, and the Cruiserweight division will show out hopefully at ACW Victory next Friday night as Roy will defend that title against Takoya Kambara. And then we get to the main event. The main event of this mega event. The main event that has a lot on the line, has a lot of history behind it. So, it's going to be for a third time Sasuke Uchiha defending his Impulse Championship against Hiei. Only this time it'll be a different setting, it'll be a different environment. It will be inside a steel cage. Now, it was at the ACW draft before the season even started for this that Hiei was the number one overall draft pick drafted to Impulse from Excel. Challenged Sasuke that same night. Sasuke defeats him decisively, but it was a good match. Hiei wanted more. Hiei kept antagonizing Sasuke. He got the rematch at ACW Fusion. However, Hiei cost himself by intentionally disqualifying himself, but put Sasuke through so much hurt physically that it was worth it to his mind. And while Sasuke was out, Hiei would taunt him even further on a personal level by wearing a t-shirt that had Sasuke's wife, Sakura, on his shirt in a very provocative image that a lot of people thought went too far and would be very rightfully so angry about. When Sasuke came back, man, oh man, Sasuke was a man on a mission. He went after Hiei's throat, literally and figuratively. So now here we are. It's a steel cage match. There will be no running for Hiei. There will be no hiding for Hiei. He will get Sasuke all alone with no corners to run to, no corners to hide to. This will be the third and quite possibly final time Hiei gets a chance at that Impulse title. Because let's face it, there's a lot of people waiting under their wings to get their shot at the Impulse Championship. You've got Kankuro, the Impulse Road Destiny briefcase holder. He can cash it in at any point of time between now and Animania 5. You've got Zuko, who went through a hellacious gauntlet to become the official, ideal number one contender to that Impulse title. You've got Naruto, Uzumaki, and Trunks, their former Impulse World Champions. So Hiei is make it or break it. It's put up or shut up time for this man. Either Hiei's going to come out here and finally become a world champion here in ACW, or Sasuke will silence him for a third and quite possibly final time. We're going to see if Hiei can back up what he always says, which he usually doesn't, or will Sasuke be the one that has his back against the proverbial cage, and Hiei may walk out the new Impulse champion. So that will be ACW Victory 2018. It will be live next Friday night, June 29th, here on YouTube on the Mega Events channel. I mean, it's not on the Mega Events channel. It'll be live here on the main channel, and then it'll be uploaded the next day on the Mega Events channel. There you go. So, this will be a big event here. 2 hours of great ACW action. We're back. We're on the right track here. Everything's on point. So, hopefully we're going to be able to have a great show. I'm more than welcome for all of you guys to join us for that mega event. Also, share this mega event. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, whatever. We're hoping that you guys join us, and we'll have a great, fun mega event for you guys next Friday night. So that's ACW Victory coming to you guys June 29th for the Impulse brand. Obviously, Ground Zero will be the next mega event after Victory, which will be for the Excel brand, with a lot on the line there, but we'll get to that when we get to that, obviously. So that's a lot of ACW news so far. Also, I'm going to be uploading a lot of content between now and ACW Victory next Friday night to kind of catch up with you guys, because I know that I've been missing a lot of stuff. I uploaded a lot of themes about a couple of days ago on the main channel. I believe I uploaded Genesis 2011 and No Boundaries 2012. I believe so. No Batteries 2014 and Genesis 11. Those mega events are on the on the mega events channel right now as we speak. I posted those a couple of days ago as well, so you guys make sure you guys go check it out to get all your mega event content here from ACW. So that is my ACW news for this week. If you have any questions about ACW, save them for the Q&A portion when we get there. I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot of questions with that, but with that being said, we need to talk about a lot of things. It's been a pretty rough week, honestly, for a lot of people in a lot of many ways. We're gonna just go through them. I'm not gonna try to. I'm hopeful to not dwell on it too much because it's been a really depressing week, but I'm gonna do my best. Yeah, Yeah, it's been one of those weeks, folks. It's been one of those weeks that's been not a fun week for all involved. So let's get to our next topic here. As you guys, now I know you guys probably don't know who this person is if you're not a follower of hip hop, especially a certain genre of hip hop. Um, I I will tell you this right now. I was not a fan of this particular rapper. I didn't really like his music like that, but I understood the impact he had with certain fans, and I understood what he did in his place in hip hop. So I will never disrespect that. But it was announced Monday this week that rapper XXXTentacion was shot and killed at age 20 in his city of Miami, Florida, this past Monday. The investigation is still ongoing. Make any. I don't want to make any sudden, uh, definite statements or conclusions because that's not what I want to do here. Um, it's been a wild 48 to 72 hours since this happened. Um, Reports said that he was heading to a charity event in Miami. He stopped by the bike shop, and then as he entered his vehicle, a black van drove past his car, and they shot at him and caught one in the head, and he apparently died immediately. As a lot of people that know, um, as a lot of people know that follow hip hop, XXXTentacion was one of those rising stars from the new generation of hip hop. A lot of people refer to it as mumble rap, if you will. Um, my thoughts on this is that obviously I'm saddened and um, I'm very irritated that this happened. I want to wish his family and his friends and his close ones and his loved ones all the condolences and thoughts towards their way at this crucial hard time. Um, Now, for those that have followed XXX, he has had a very controversial history, has had a very intense life that he led, which is why he got that reputation in the first place. A couple months back, he was charged for some domestic violence charges. And I'm not going to get into that whole case because it's just not the time right now. And personally, people are using that case to try to make his life seem like it wasn't valuable to others, which is totally the wrong way to go about it. It's just I don't want to do that. And there's always a way, there's always ways to just not. Um, there's ways to talk about his history, but still be humane. That a human being as young as 20 just died in a senseless robbery, you know. And my thoughts on it is that I'm not gonna lie here. I'm not like I said earlier. I wasn't a fan of his music. I didn't follow his music like that. I have younger brothers that do follow him more closely than I do. Um, but I was aware of him. I was aware of his antics. I was aware of the things he was doing, and despite the tumultuous life he was living, um, recent times he was trying to rehabilitate his image in his own life to where he didn't have to do that anymore, and I do commend him for that because you got to think about this. All of us that are here right now, right? If we all died at 20 when we were 20 years old, or some of us that are getting close to 20, if we all died at 20 and people just remembered us for what we did at that age, a lot of people would be guilty right now. A lot of people wouldn't really be considered good people for the most part. But we take time to mature. We take time to learn lessons. We take time to learn from mistakes. And at the end of the day, XXX will never get that opportunity that some of us did. And that's the important thing here. You know, I understand that we can judge a man and we can criticize a man for their behavior and actions and transgressions and such, but we also have to be humans at the end of the day. We also have to be loving humans that understand humility and compassion when it's necessary and needed. A lot of people I saw on Twitter and social media um, said some horrible things, honestly, quite frankly. Saying that he deserved to die, that his life meant nothing, that he was just a hindrance to a lot of people's lives. And that's just, I can't fathom with how people can even think that way and still say they have a heart. This is somebody's son, or this is somebody's brother, cousin, boyfriend, or father. I believe he had a child even. So this is sad in that sense. You don't have to like what he did. You don't have to condone the actions that he took at the time of his life. I mean, you don't even have to really respect what he did. But for God's sakes, we're all human, man. To just stand there and say, "I wish nothing but bad things to you, and I'm glad that you're dead," and still go out there and say you have a heart, that's hypocrisy on its highest level. But I do want to wish his family and friends, like I said, all the thoughts and well wishes at this current time. XXX, I know from what I saw and what I was hearing, was trying to change his life for the better and correct his mistakes. And for that, I will always respect. I will always respect somebody that can do that. I will always respect somebody that will look at themselves and are willing to change genuinely. And for that, rest in power, rest in peace to XXX. And I hope he finds his way, up there to where he can be able to rest fully without any stress or drama hovering over him forever. And I really do mean that. I love hip hop, but when it comes to stuff like this, that's what I hate about it the most. I've always did. So, I heard also Jimmy Wapo got shot and killed at the same day in Pittsburgh. Another upcoming kid rapper who was, I believe, 25 years old. It's just senseless stuff. And for what? At the end of the day, you ask yourself the question: for what? For what? And when you can't even answer that question, then was it even worth doing? You know. But that's just the world we live in today. But so rest in peace to XXXTentacion, and rest in peace to Jimmy Wapo. Young lives that were gone too soon from senseless, ridiculous actions from a couple of thugs and losers that have nothing else to do with their lives. But it didn't end there. As I was getting stuff set up for today, in the morning on the newscast, I also woke up to even more heartbreaking news today, and this one kind of hurt me a little bit. Um, Leon White, for all you people that know him as Big Van Vader or simply Vader, um, passed away from heart um, complications due to a surgery he had recently, a month ago, at age 63. Um, you know, I I saw that because I was following Vader on Twitter and I was keeping up with his surgery stories this year, and he was always retweeting people that always said, "Man, I want to see Vader go into the WWE Hall of Fame because he deserves it." And you damn right he deserves it. And I'll get to the WWE in a minute in this respect, but I'll get to them later. Um, with exception to the Undertaker, Vader is my favorite big man of all time, bar none, without question. Vader is my favorite big man wrestler of all time. I remember watching him when I was a little kid, and you got to remember I was born in '91, so I didn't really get to see him really wreck stuff in his early WCW era, or even in his All Japan or New Japan era. Although I did go back and watch his matches there, but you know, I watched his matches when he fought Hogan and Flair and Sting in WCW, and then would later switch to the WWF. He would fight Bret Hart and HBK, Ken Shamrock, Steve Austin, and with Vader, the great thing about Vader was the fact that, yeah, he was a big dude. He was a raw powerhouse that can throw you around, lift you up, and drop you with force. But at the same time, he could move his body well to where he was a cruiserweight in the sense that he can do all these high flying moves. He can do a moonsault. He can flatline you with a Vader bomb. He can go ahead and do a dropkick. He felt like it. He was just the great package of what a big man wrestler should be. And quite frankly, if Vader in his prime was in the WWE today, oh my God, Brock who, Roman Reigns what, Bobby who, like Vader is a true powerhouse. He's a true man's wrestler in that sense. You know, I was more of a fan of him in WCW. Obviously, I thought the way he was treated in the WWF was a big missed opportunity. Obviously, but nonetheless, his legacy is still great. His legacy is still intact. His legacy is still something to be recommended and commended for. And it just sucks that now that he's passed away, this is another legend that will probably now go into the WWE Hall of Fame, but will never give his speech. Will never give the speech he deserves to give on that grand stage. And it's just like, WWE, you should have put Vader in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. And I get it. I know the Hall of Fame is just really a mark Hall of Fame. It really isn't about accolades. It's about who does business with Vince McMahon, Triple H, WWE. I get that the Hall of Fame isn't really a Hall of Fame in that aspect. I get it. But talk about a man that's done so much for the sport, that's done so much for the industry. And he was not in the WWE Hall of Fame until now that it's too late. You know? China's dead. She'll never give a Hall of Fame speech. Macho Man Randy Savage died. He went into the Hall of Fame, but he couldn't give a live speech. Mr. Perfect, he couldn't do the same thing either. And now Vader is just another one of these people that are going to be added in that list. This man did a lot. At his time, he was an icon for his time, dude. He wrestled in the WCW, wrestled in WWF, wrestled in Japan, wrestled in the UK. You know, he did a lot of stuff outside WWE. He obviously did a lot of appearances for Boy Meets World. He did a voice acting gig for Fist of the North Star for all you anime fans. He's done it. He's done what he was supposed to do, and I'm just shocked that Vader, you know, was not in the WWE Hall of Fame when he was alive. You know, but I'm not gonna. But that's what I feel. But Vader is obviously a Hall of Famer, a first ballot Hall of Famer to me, honestly. And it's sad that another part of my childhood has pretty much been taken away from me, and that's just the curse you have when you grow older. A lot of your superheroes and childhood heroes, and a lot of your memories start to wither away, and they just become bad memories, and it just sucks. But I'm glad that I was able to exist in a time where I could watch the greatness that was Vader doing what is best, and I will keep those memories forever and ever and ever. And I hope that a lot of these young fans of wrestling, or these fans that aren't really wrestling fans but just jumped on the bandwagon, I hope they really go back and really go and watch Vader in his prime. Pick an era, pick his New Japan or All Japan stuff, pick his WCW era when he was managed by Harley Race. Pick his matches with Flair or Hogan or Sting. Pick his matches with the WWF when he went with Cornette and wrestled Taker and Austin and HBK and Bret Hart. Go back and watch those matches, dude. Vader was for real. Go back and watch his match, obviously, with Ron Simmons when Ron Simmons became WCW World Champion. Excuse me. Vader was the man, and I will never regret saying that. And I hope a lot of people give that man the respect he so damn well deserves. Because I can't think of anybody that doesn't deserve it. So rest in peace, rest in power to Leon White. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for giving me the best entertainment that you could have ever given some young punk kid like myself back then. Thank you, Vader. Thank you very much for being there for me and for a lot of people that looked up to you. Thank you. So, like I said, it was a rough week. Rough week. A lot of stuff that I just was not a fan of. But But yeah, I just wanted to talk about those topics as well. I wanted to make sure I got those out the way for this newscast. So with that said, let's do it. Let's head to the questions and comments portion of this ACW newscast. If you have any questions that you want to ask me live, you can post them on the chat and I will read them and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Any comments you want to leave on the chat, just so say something or whatever you want to say, go ahead and post it on the chat as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little bit of time to get your questions ready here. Oh yeah, obviously Vader versus Stan Hansen. I mean, yes, go watch those matches too from All Japan as well. That was, oh my god, Stan the Man versus Big Van, greatness. All right, let's see here. How have you been? I've been fine. It's been a little easier, but I've been fine. Honestly, I've been fine. It's great to be back in ACW. Great to be back on my schedule. Feels great. Big Cass being fired thoughts. Man, where did that come from? Big Cass looked like he was getting a push and he got injured, and then his big push was getting started over again, and now he's just gone, dude. Like, he's just gone. That's crazy. So, the reports that I'm hearing, the updates that I'm hearing about the firing is that Vince McMahon had a meeting, called up Cass to that meeting. 5 minutes later, he pretty much he and the WWE pretty much made the statement that he was fired. He didn't even get the future endeavor statement, so what that tells me is that something really bad probably happened. Apparently, some how some couple of weeks back at a house show that he apparently spat at a couple of fans in the front row and yelled at the producers. There's no excuse for spitting at the fans. So good riddance to him if he really did that. Yelling at the producers again. There's no need for that unless they really did something fucked up. So good riddance. I mean, Enzo and Cass, Enzo and Cass are gone in 2018. Who the hell called that? Who the hell called Carmella surviving that trio? Nah, not I didn't. I'll tell you that right now. I did not. But so is the wrestling business. By the way, if I don't get to your question, just keep repeating that question on the chat, and I'll eventually get to it. Okay, so don't make it seem like I'm ignoring you guys. I'm really just trying to get all your questions. Just repeat it a couple times, and I'll get to it. Okay. Um, did you watch this anime called Erase? Yes, I did. My brothers actually recommended it to me. My sister as well. I liked that anime. It was a good anime. I thought the storyline was pretty unique for its own time. I understand that you can't do another season, but I liked it for what it was. I really did. What are your thoughts on Jump Force? I liked it. I like the engine. I like the whole in-game engine for it. The way that you're able to fight um, different characters from Shonen and how the fighting techniques are done. It kind of gives you a Budokai sense in a way. But I found it okay. So, who do you think would be in your top 10 list of greatest wrestling managers? Oh my God, I cannot give you a top 10 because we'll be here for a while. But I'll give you a couple of managers that would be on my top five, maybe, or especially top 10. Um, Bobby Heenan, he's number one. Paul Heyman's in there. And Paul Heyman's in there just for his Dangerous Alliance stuff alone. But he's definitely in there. Um, J.J. Dillon's in there. Um, let me see. Let me see. I gotta think. I gotta think carefully here. Jim Cornette's probably in it. I want to cheat and say Buddy Roberts from the Fabulous Freebirds, but I don't think that would count. Um, Probably Sunshine when it was with Jimmy Garvin in World Class. She was pretty cool. Yeah, those are a couple of managers though that I would add. I would add there. Jimmy Hart. Yeah, I know people say Jimmy Hart, but he was good for a while, but then like he started to become a parody of that. So that's why I was not so much always a fan of Jimmy Hart. Miss Elizabeth, she was more of a valet than a manager, and even then it was like, you know what I mean. Paul Bear, yep, Paul Bear would be in there. All right, so are you gonna re-upload all of your 2007, 2008 videos on the High Voltage 2017, 2007, and Anime Revolution 2008? I would love to upload content and videos from that era. Unfortunately, my first YouTube account got completely shut down by Toei. Fuck Toei. Toei Animation, they shut it down. So I can't, unless a couple of fans from back then have certain clips and content from that era that they download and saved that they can send to me through DMs or whatever. I can't unfortunately do that. So I'm sorry to hear that, but it does suck. Um, let's see. What are some of the funniest 4Kids edit censors that always make you laugh? I mean, the One Piece ones are legendary, so you can't really go against that. Um, the Pokemon ones to like kind of take away Japanese media or culture references was funny as well. Let's see. Sunny, eh. Sunny again. She was more of a diva than a manager, so I don't know about all that. Did you watch Takeover Chicago? I did watch Takeover Chicago. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think I have it beating Takeover New Orleans. That's just me. The Gargano Champa match Street Fight was great. It didn't to me beat their match at New Orleans to me. Ricochet and Velveteen from a story and character standpoint was phenomenal. In ring wise, I thought it could have been more than what the hype was. It was great to see Keith Lee in there. I mean, although it's the WWE, they want to collect every single damn wrestler in the independent scene. But Keith Lee there was pretty cool to see him there. Um, Let me see. Um, Birch and Lorcan, excuse me, against the Undisputed Era. Great stuff. That's the kind of stuff that you would like to see in NXT in terms of your tag team division. Clearly the best tag team division in WWE's brand, obviously. Um, but yeah, I thought Takeover Chicago was very good, but I don't think it was better than New Orleans. If that's the question you want to ask. Um, did I see the trailer for Mega Man 11? No, I haven't, but I will tonight. Now that I am aware of it. Let's see. Yes, I'm glad someone asked this. What's your thoughts on Pusha T and Drake? Okay, I know I've been gone for a while, but I am a hip hop head, and I was very much following this whole beef. Um, it's been a long time coming. It's been years in the making. Um, Drake kind of inherited it from Birdman and Wayne as Pusha T and Malice at the time. The Clips, a legendary duo, look them up. Went after them in the mid 2000s over some copyright issues and also them stealing their style. Drake comes to Young Money, inherits the feud. Um, so Drake just gives some jabs at Pusha T until Pusha T did that scathing diss track, Exodus 26:1. Still one of my favorite like gangster tracks of this past decade, in my opinion. It's just a nasty evil beat and just a nasty evil song. And ever since that, Drake and Pusha T have been doing subliminals back and forth. Apparently, Pusha T on Daytona, which I listened to, good album, but great album by the way. Go the best album so far this summer, in my opinion. Um, it was Infrared, the track on that album that he dissed Drake specifically. Drake bit the bait, released the Duppy freestyle as a response, and I gotta tell you, that was a pretty, that was a very good diss track. I'm not gonna lie, Drake was ready with that heat. I'm gonna tell you, Drake was ready for that. With those shots on Duppy. I actually did like that track, and then that was completely irrelevant as soon as Pusha T dropped the story of Adidon. The fact that he called his mother a loser, he called his dad a deadbeat, he called his baby mom a porn star. He called his son pretty much a bastard child. Said that Drake is a deadbeat father for hiding his child. Let that boy come home. And then the killer to me was making fun of his producer 40, his sickness, because he has multiple sclerosis and he's dying. So that really really hurt. Um, so Pusha T to me won that beef. And I know Jay Prince was going around the media airwaves last 2 weeks saying that the beef is dead. I don't think it's dead. I think that this current round he deaded, but this beef entirely, nah, 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 nah. Especially with Drake dropping an album coming up next week. It's actually next Friday, Saturday that Drake drops his album, which is rumored that he will respond to Pusha T on that album, which we'll see where that goes. But there's been a lot of heavy rumors that he will respond to Pusha T next week, so we'll see where that goes. But two heavyweights, man, two heavyweights in hip hop and Pusha T and Drake battling. Great stuff for hip hop, man. Now, granted, I don't want it to see go beyond hip hop, obviously, as I kind of alluded to earlier. That's unfortunate what happened with XXX. I don't want it to happen there. But as long as you keep it on the track, as long as you keep it on wax, yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that. I'm absolutely down for that. But we will see. It's been a very, very hectic, heated summer for hip hop. You got Rich the Kid out here getting punked and hospitalized. XXX, unfortunately passed away and died. Drake and Pusha T went at it. A lot of albums dropped from a lot of big names. Um, Lil Wayne got freed from his Cash Money contract. There's been a lot of stuff happening in hip hop. So we'll see how much this summer goes for that particular genre as developments keep going, if you will. Um, see, Drake versus Pusha T, T.I. versus Little Flip, 57 versus Ja Rule, and Murder Inc., or Jay Z versus Nas, which is the most savage beef. Savage beef, I would say probably from a personal level, 50 versus Jai. In terms of songs, it's still Jay Z and Nas, although Drake and Pusha T, if it goes a certain way, that very much will change in the near future. Trust me. Um, let's see here. Favorite programs to come out of the Cartoon Network by era. Alright, so if we're talking 90s era for Cartoon Network, we're saying, let's see here, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, um, Ed, Ed and Eddie, I guess would count there too. Um, to me, Space Ghost, Ghost to Coast was there. Um, those will be a few. 2000s era, we got Codename Kids Next Door. Um, man, I'm getting old. I'm starting to forget these shows, man. Codename Kids Next Door. Uh, damn, what else? Samurai Jack, obviously. Uh, damn, what else? Holy shit. I'm getting old, man. Uh, Courage Cowardly Dog. Yeah, those are a couple of shows there. And then this era, it's the 2010s era. We've got Adventure Time for me, regular show for me, Gumball. I was following Steven Universe. I've kind of fell off of that. Maybe I need to catch up on it or something. Um, yeah. So that for my era, that would be it. Teen Titans. Yes. How could I forget? Duh. Um. So Hakeem, ever heard of my Deviant Art exclusive wrestling league NJKW? Everything about my league is non-canon towards CAW and real life wrestling. I have not heard of it, but I'll check it out if I can be able to. So thank you, Billy and Mandy. Obviously. All right, stop. All right, don't attack me. All right, relax. All right. What are your thoughts on Pop Team Epic coming to Toonami? I've seen a lot of that stuff on the social media while I was out, and I do not get it. I have not followed it or watched it, but I don't get the whole instant hype it's gotten. It's weird to me, but I guess so, man. Your thoughts on NXT UK? It was a foregone conclusion that an NXT brand was gonna probably hit the UK soon. It's just another way for the WWE once again to grab every single hot independent talent into their brand because they want to be the only brand in town. They already are, anyways, but they want to be able to create that monopoly to where talent just goes straight to the WWE. They can't go to Ring of Honor. They can't go to Impact Wrestling. They can't go to New Japan. It's just ridiculous, and you got to think, the likes of Progress and ICW helping the WWE just get a foothold into the UK wrestling scene like that. The UK wrestling scene could have really just formed a great conglomerate to where they didn't need the WWE's influence and really just create that scene for its own way. But no, WWE has now hijacked it and co-opted, so now it's there. So thanks, guys, appreciate it. Um, let's see here. Just waiting for more questions here. I'm a little surprised, man. I'm waiting. A little surprised here. Got some good questions here, but I thought I would get a little bit more. I've been gone for a while. I know there's been a lot happening since my leave of absence, and I know there's a lot of topics that you guys definitely want me to get into. So let me see here. Did I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion? I have not. I did hear about Omega and Okada. Omega, the new NG and New Japan World Champion, sorry, IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Long overdue. Okada had his reign. It was time to do it anyways. If we we're gonna do it to NATO, you might as well give it back to Omega. I mean, you might as well give it to Omega. This is gonna be for their North American expansion, so great to see them finally pull that trigger in that sense. So that was good stuff. Jericho Naito. I need to watch that match along with Okada and Omega. So I'll let you guys know when I do watch those. Uh, thoughts at all on VWU Prestige? I did not watch that, but I am aware that it happened, and it seemed to me that it was a success. So congratulations to you guys for making that work. I will check it out when I get the free chance to do so. Let me see. Are you a fan of Rick and Morty? I do like Rick and Morty. Now, see, I'm not one of these Rick and Morty fans though that take it so seriously to where I have to be a contrarian douchebag and try to look down on people that don't get certain jokes and plots about Rick and Morty. But I think Rick and Morty is an entertaining show. I think it's one of the better shows out there in terms of animation and probably overall, honestly. So yeah, I do enjoy it. Powerpuff Girls 2016 sucks. I agree, and apparently I'm hearing rumors that it's ending anyways this year. So you'll get your wish. Any thoughts of bringing in a character from My Hero Academia in ACW? Stay tuned. Thoughts on the recent UCCW GXT? I haven't watched a lot of CAW, guys. You guys know me. I haven't really watched a lot of CAW, so I am not aware of it yet. Okay. I'm Pickle Rick. All right, enough of that. All right, the Pickle Rick joke is lame. It's deaded. It's outdated. Stop. Enough. Enough. All right. Thoughts on E3? I thought E3 overall was. I thought E3 was decent. I'll tell you this with Sony's press conference. I thought Sony, the games they put out, the way they showed it, Resident Evil coming back, the Kingdom Hearts 3 showcase, The Last of Us 2. But the music stuff during that stuff, I could have really done without. I come to watch E3 to see game information and game announcements. I don't do it to see all this entertainment crap that I can get from like Coachella or or the Billboard Awards or some crap like that. I don't want to watch that. Nintendo, obviously, I thought did great. I thought Super Mario Party, great to see that's coming in. The new Pokemon games look cool. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. My God, are you kidding me? Every single Super Smash Bros. Character in history is going to be in this game, and that's not even counting the new characters that'll be a part of this Ultimate. That is crazy, dude. Now I feel now I'm gonna just give you my opinion here. I'm gonna give you my opinion. I think Ultimate will be the final Smash game. I think Sakurai is going to call this a done deal after Smash Ultimate here. You can tell by looking at the Nintendo Direct that he's starting to look a little bit older now. And I think this being all the characters in one game is kind of a thank you for supporting Smash throughout the years. But I think this will be the final Smash in my opinion because I don't know how you top this. I have no idea how you top this Smash game after doing another Smash. I don't know how you do it. So I do believe it'll be the last Smash game, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. Everybody's hyped for Smash. I don't blame you guys. Just wait for a couple more questions here. Well, I might be done early today. I actually might be done in an actual hour. That's actually pretty cool. I might actually be done. Well, I'll wait for a couple more minutes, and I will be out of here. Thoughts Kingdom Hearts 3 looks good to me. The graphics look great. The presentation on E3 looked pretty amazing. Um, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, so the more to say about that. And honestly, we might as well get Sora in Smash this year. You might as well do it. You've got everybody else. I'm shocked that Bomberman was an assist trophy, not a fighter. Honestly, you might as well put Sora in Smash this year. If there's any time to do it, it would be this year. Kind of like how you would want to put Crash Bandicoot on Smash this year too, because Crash is now on the Switch too. So you might as well do it. Any new anime? I'm currently gonna be watching Megalobox. I never heard a lot of things about that. My brother kind of um, recommended it to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and watch that this week. Um, Other than that, not much, not a lot of new anime. I've just been following Seven Deadly Sins, One Piece, and My Hero. But next season with Attack on Titan coming up, I'll probably find more new anime to watch. So, oh, and also Darling in the Frank. I've also heard a lot of good reviews about that. I might give that a shot and go ahead and watch that as well. Let's see here. New Day versus the Elite on E3 in a Street Fighter 5 match. Your thoughts? I thought it was pretty dope. I truly did think, and I know it probably was the fact that WWE was using this as a way to coerce Omega and the Bucks to possibly come to the WWE by using this as a smokescreen. But honestly, that being aside, it was just pretty much fun to see a lot of genuine gamers such as Omega and Xavier Woods just kind of battle it out in that sense. It's just good to see that kind of stuff, you know. So I have no complaints about that. Let's see. All right, all right. I think everyone's had their fill today. I think everyone's done here within the sense of that. So, all right. I think that'll be enough. I think that'll be enough questions for today. Apparently. So, yeah. So, anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining us today for this ACW Newscast. Once again, if you want to always send your questions and thoughts um, to any ACW broadcast or for the newscast, excuse me, you can always post them on the chat. So we'll leave it at that. So, anyways, that'll be it for me today. My name is Hakeem Johnson, and well, you know what? Wait a minute. I'm forgetting something though. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me see. We did Victory. Did XXXTentacion. Did Vader. Did a pretty long newscast. Did a pretty decent Q&A. I am missing something. And if you hear yelling, that's my brothers being idiots. Just forgive them for being idiots. But what am I missing here? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm getting old, you know. Um. Mm, wait a minute. Let me read the chat for a minute here. Let me just read this chat here. Ditto for me. It was fun. What does that say? Oh, okay. That's what I forgot. Sorry, it's easy to make that mistake sometimes, guys. But that's what I forgot. That's obviously why you guys are here, anyways. Yeah, Element. Okay. Yeah, so for the past couple of months and weeks, I have been throwing a little hashtag out there on some ACW and even non-ACW related posts that was just basically hashtag Element. And people have been asking me questions as to what the hell does Element mean? Why the hell are you putting Element? Why is Element a thing? I don't get it. I'm an idiot, and I wouldn't blame you. So I guess I have to make the announcement. I guess I have to make the reveal about what this hashtag Element finally means. So I could tell you. I could tell you what Element means, but I think I would rather just show you than tell you. So just give me a second. Tonight, we will be crowning our first ever Glamour X champion. And Adam is our first ever Glamour X champion. Angel Todd, Franco Hitomoto is the new Glamour X champion. Reveal yourself, coward! Oh my God! Ready for Black Lagoon!
How when ECW was back in the day, I was the first to really do that transition.
And the game has officially changed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ACW, Jerry Sonata.
It is the past versus the present in women's wrestling here tonight. Folks, you're in for a ride.
We've got a new Glamour X champion. Jerry Sonata has won the Best of 7 series. Yeah. Yes. It is going down, folks. I know that was pretty laggy. It'll be on YouTube in a matter of moments after this newscast. But yes, indeed, it's going down, folks. Shots are fired. All those crazy words you guys like to use. Basically, this coming October, Anime Championship Wrestling proudly presents the Glamour X Element Tournament, a 32 women tournament from the best talents all over the world, from the anime and gaming world, will collide under one stage. It is happening. It is going down. And I know a lot of people have seen a lot of these variations happening, not just in CAW, but in the real world as well. Obviously, WWE with their Mae Young Classic. Obviously, in the CAW world, UCWL had a tournament with that. Queens of Wrestling, obviously. You know, March Madness, obviously, with CCL. So, I thought, and this has been 2 years in the making, and honestly, this is kind of the reason why I took a little bit of a hiatus, because here's the shocker, right? Here's the reason why. Because I was setting this up. I was getting all the things set up for this, so I can have a advantage, if you will. So I finally did it. It's going down October 8th, 2018. That is the tentative date that I will have the Glamour X Element tournament going down. And you know, I don't know. I was here for the excitement. I was there for you guys' excitement. So, 32 of the best women from all over the world, from the anime and gaming world, will collide under one stage. It's going to happen October 2018, the Glamour X Element Tournament. I will be involving a lot of things. This is going to be a very big thing. So you know how we have the Elite Tournament every off season. So this is basically going to be your Elite Tournament this season. And I had it planned for off season like the Elite Tournament, but you have guys have waited so long for my return that that and you know you guys have been waiting for so long that I felt I need to push it up and give you guys something to really enjoy. So it's going down. All the dream matches that you've wanted to see. A lot of the talent that you've wanted to see in ACW's Glamour X division. A lot of that is probably going to happen here in this tournament. So you might as well start picking your waifus right now. You might as well start picking your people. But here's the thing. You guys don't even know who's in this tournament. I do. And some of them you probably will not expect in this tournament. So if you guys are looking for the reveal of when you're going to be able to know the tournament participants of this one in particular, I will give you more information probably later in this week or next week when you can expect an announcement. I'll tell you this right now. It'll be in a form of a video. You know how like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate kind of did their roster reveal? It'll probably be in that sort of vein as well. So look out for that happening. But this is for all the people that have followed the Glamour X division. This is for all the people that have enjoyed the Glamour X division. This is for all the people that have stuck by it and have really given it a nice life to where it's grown ACW exponentially. This is for you guys. This tournament is basically for you guys. This tournament is basically saying thank you from me to you for all you guys have done for the Glamour X division and helping me get there. So, we're going to find out in this tournament who is the best of the best. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This tournament is going to be so big. Whoever wins this whole thing is going to make history for the Glamour X division ACW once again. And that's all I'm going to tell you about that for right now. But yes, mark down your calendars for October 2018. The Glamour X Element Tournament is happening. 32 of the best women talent all over the world from anime and video games are going to collide. This will be the biggest crossover in terms of women's wrestling history. It is happening. It is going down. Make sure you join us for that. The video that you just saw here on the newscast, it'll be posted on YouTube in just a matter of short moments. So give that time if you want to really see that in clarity once again. But it is going down. Let people know that the element, hashtag ACW element now, let that be known. So, that was my present to all of you guys here. And with that said, that is officially now the real end of the newscast. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us for the newscast. We'll do this again sometime fairly soon, probably after Victory next week. So, there's that. So, anyways, next Wednesday will be direct. Next Friday night will be Victory. So until then, this is me, Hakeem Johnson, telling all of you to stay cool. Stay cool. I shall see you guys later. Hashtag ACW Element. Hashtag Get Hype.